Hi, I'm Michelle Anderson, your host of Constitutional Conversations. Today we're at the Supervisor of Elections office here in Largo, Florida. We're going to talk with Julie Marquez, who is the Supervisor of Elections, which is an elected position. She's going to talk to us about what her office does, what they're responsible for in the election process, and how they ensure a safe voting process every time. Can you please tell us, what does the U.S. Constitution say about the voting process?
Yeah, so there's different, so you have the federal government, state, and local, and they all play a role in the election process. So the U.S. Constitution basically sets the guidelines for how federal elections would be conducted. So obviously you have the U.S. Constitution, which outlines how the president is going to be elected, the age, and the terms of office. Same with Senate and Congress. So that is what the U.S. Constitution sets forth. And then when you come down to the states really regulate everything else as to registration deadlines in regard to mail ballots, early voting, election day. So there's different jurisdictions have different roles to play in the electoral process.
So our students are learning about the voting process. You are the Supervisor of Elections. Can you tell us, what is that position? What does your job entail?
Yeah, so it's a really complex process, but to really boil it down, the Supervisor of Elections' responsibility at its core is to make sure that we conduct fair, accurate, and secure elections, that we provide for citizens an opportunity to have access to voter registration and to have access to casting a ballot in an election. Of course, it's really important to any representative democracy that you have high participation.
Floridians have the option to do mail-in voting or to vote in person. Can you tell us about the difference between those two?
Yeah, so Florida has a great process in place where we really balance access and integrity. So one of the things that they provide for in Florida in regard to mail ballots is you don't have to have an excuse to vote by mail. So all you have to do is contact our office and we will mail you a ballot. And that's a really convenient way. We mail you the ballot. You can then take your time in the safety and comfort of your home, vote for the candidates and the issues by researching it, so it's at your convenience. And then, of course, there's the other options where you can vote early in person, or you can vote on election day at your home precinct. So there's multiple options that allow for voters to participate in the election, and there are a lot of procedures in place to make sure that no matter which option you choose, it's a secure option.
In the Supervisor of Elections office, you are responsible for the voting process here within Pinellas County. How does your office prepare for an election?
It's much like preparing for when Prince William and Kate Middleton got married. So you had the big day, which of course is election day, or when they got married, but there's so much that goes in behind the scenes. So months, if not a year plus in advance, is how long it takes for us to prepare for this process, to make sure that we have coordinated with all of the stakeholders, such as the Postal Service or our vendors that print our ballots, or even ordering 1 million pieces of purple paper where our voting instructions are included in our mail ballot kit. Yeah. So it's a lot that goes into it to have that big day so that voters have a very positive voting experience. So they hit that button, that was easy, and they come back and do it again.